The college football playoff is finally here. From SI.com, I'm Pete Mundo, joined by Colin Becht. And Colin, Alabama, Washington, the 1 versus the 4. How does the Crimson Tide walk away with this win, which they are expected to do by a big margin?
Well, I think for Alabama, it's going to start with the defensive front seven. This is obviously a phenomenal group. Jonathan Allen, Tim Williams, Ryan Anderson, a few of just the many stars on this defense. And if you look at Washington, the two really good defenses they played this season, USC and Colorado, and the offense has really struggled in both those games, particularly Jake Browning, even though they were able to get the win against Colorado in the Pac-12 title game. So I look for that Alabama defense. If they can get the type of pressure that we've seen that Washington can struggle with against those good defensive fronts, that's how Alabama really sets the tone, stomps Washington's offense, and potentially paves the way for a comfortable win.
Now, for the record, I clearly drew the short straw here, trying to make the case for Washington. But you look at the Huskies and the Alabama defense, they have 14 non-offensive touchdowns. That's just an incredible number. So Washington has to protect the ball. As Alabama adds to that number, 123 points off opponents' turnovers, this game's over. They're covering that 2-touchdown margin and more. So they've got to protect the ball. And defensively, Washington's strength is in the secondary. They've got some injuries on that front seven. If they can make Jalen Hurts one-dimensional, maybe they've got a shot. Now, for your key player of this game, Alabama, who is it?
I'm going to go with O.J. Howard, this guy who was relatively quiet last season, then obviously had a huge performance against Clemson in the national championship. And then this season, he was solid during the regular season, but not a star by any means. So I'm looking for him to really stand out again in the postseason, once again to help Alabama get another national title.
For Washington, if they can get the running game going early, Myles Gaskin, he's the key for them. They only had 17 rushing yards in their loss to USC. So if that happens again, forget it. But if he can get going early, open things up for John Ross on the outside, maybe the Huskies got a shot. For Colin Becht, I'm Pete Mundo with SI.com.